Jeff Dobler. I serve as Director of Music Education and Bands at Valparaiso University. I'm also the founder and conductor of Windiana Concert Band, which is our local professional level concert band. And so what we did tonight was we had what we called the Michael Boo Memorial Concert. And in the first half of the program, we played a variety of pieces that Mike had written. I've had the privilege of conducting probably about 100 of Mike's pieces, and 90 of those were premieres. And so I was able to go through his whole list there and pick out a variety of things for the first half. And then during the pandemic, we commissioned him to write a symphony. And he finished it, sadly, he finished it right before he died. And so this was the premiere of the symphony. That was the second half of the concert. We were able, with the symphony, we were able to just completely turn him loose. And we just said, write whatever you want to write. And so he did. And he really enjoyed it. And it, 6 movements, and it's more than 35 minutes long. And there's so much stuff in there. And again, to me, I'm so proud of Mike because of that piece, because he was able to be at the top of his game of his creative self. And of course, I've studied the score more than anybody has, and the complicated things that are in the score, and the interesting ideas that are in the score, and references to some of those people that were playing tonight, references to some people that are no longer with us. All of these sorts of things I could see in the music, because I knew Mike so well and I knew what he was writing. As sad as it is to have Mike gone, this was, in my opinion, his magnum opus. And he was really able to write the piece he really wanted to write. And I'm so thankful that we got a chance to play it today.
The man was a freaking genius. A lot of his writing in the last few years, well, since I knew him, was what I call utilitarian. He wrote for a purpose, for a cause, for a need. Somebody asked him to write something that they need and all that kind of stuff. And sometimes he wrote a piece to barter for eyeglasses, because he really couldn't afford them. And typical, artist and that kind of thing. But this piece he wrote because he was commissioned to do it. But he really, really wanted a piece, and all his talent came out in this piece. I'm sure that if he had lived, that there would be much, much more for Michael Boo to do, and he might actually be able to completely support himself by writing music and selling it. I don't know what they have planned, but I really hope this symphony goes somewhere, and at least his family might get some money out of it. Because I thought the symphony was absolutely brilliant, just brilliant. Retrospectively, I'm fighting back everything with every bone of my body not to cry. It's all the emotions. I lost my brother. I did. He and I were brothers. He was a brother I never had. And when he was writing the symphony, he was calling me 10, 12, 25 times a day. And we talked on the phone every day for the last 8 years, 10 years, somewhere in there. It was just part of our daily routine to talk to each other. And I knew about his work with DCI. He did incredible work. And he can write both the music and the prose and books. He wrote a book on ice skating, of all things. And he's just a brilliant man, and a great loss to humanity that Michael Boo is gone. He would give you the shirt off his back if you asked, even if you didn't have it. And he would be just horrified if he thought he had offended someone. There's really not a whole lot more to say about Mike, as far as that kind of thing, but just keep in mind, because of this concert, that if everybody in this room keeps Michael Boo in their heart, he will never die.